wanted to take a few minutes to talk to the new practitioners of biofeedback. Many of you all are either new or you put your system away for a bunch of years and now you're coming back, and there is a feeling that you can mess up a session, you can do it wrong, you can screw it up. If you're not educated enough, you're not going to have success. You have to do a million sessions before you should hook somebody up. And I just want to take a few minutes to address that and tell you, you're wrong. Okay. And I say that very lovingly with a big hug. My name is Dr. Ginger Bowler, and I have a doctorate in energy medicine and have been teaching for 35 years, 34 years, something like that, in the natural healing arts. Many of you all may have been my students in the past. I ran the quantum academies for the biofeedback, quantum biofeedback, the SPIO, Indigo, now Quest 9, Instructor. It's had different names in the different renditions of the magnificent device that we're all using some version of. And I started using mine in 2002, actually. It was called the QXEI. But I just wanted to take a few minutes and say a few things to you all. Having had thousands of students over the years in not only biofeedback, but light therapy and the other modalities, there is a notion, and I'm specifically talking about biofeedback right now, but there is a notion that you can screw it up and do it wrong, or that the most highly educated people are the ones that are going to have the best results. Sometimes that may be true, but I will say that from my experience of being in the classroom and hearing feedback from so many people in the industry, it isn't the person who is the smartest that has the best results. It's the one who loves their client the most caring, the most loving. And let me just say, of course, with any modality, the educated use of your product will make you a better practitioner. There is no question about that. And I don't mean to say otherwise, but I would like to give you a little piece that I've just jumped back into biofeedback world because I spend so much of my time educating in photobiomodulation, light therapy, which plays very, very nicely, by the way, with biofeedback. And it's a really simple modality. And so, I use them both, as most of us do. We're using more than one modality. But recently, I post-COVID and a little before, I hooked myself up to my device, head harness, the straps and everything, instead of just going virtual. And I felt so much better the next day that I like, okay, I don't know why I hadn't done that. I tend to be the lazy practitioner, and mostly I'm an instructor. I'm not seeing clients. And even if I was during COVID, it would have been difficult. But anyway, so light therapy was so easy that I had gotten away a lot from the biofeedback. And in some ways, sort of, you forget how absolutely powerful it is. Jumping back in, I joined the Facebook group and am so impressed with so many of you, a lot of you that I know, who are answering questions and have obviously studied and been working all these years that, with clients when I haven't been. And I just want to first acknowledge you all for keeping the industry going. There is a resurgence of interest in biofeedback and the use of biofeedback, and many people can make such a very great living, and I know I have in the past as well, with being a biofeedback practitioner. But I've always also seen people become very frustrated in their practice, thinking, okay, wait a minute. Now, let's see, I took the class, Levi said, go here next, or Ron said, do this one next, or Ginger said, do this, and Nirvana said, do it this way. All great teachers. I did throw myself in there. And many, many others that I'm seeing posting. So first of all, I want to acknowledge and thank you. But let me say this in my experience, in my belief system. I don't believe with our divinely inspired devices that we're using, this quantum biofeedback, whatever system you're using that I've named, and there's some other names I probably forgot to say. The system will talk to you in your understanding. So whether you're in the aura panel, and I see a lot of suffering about what does this mean in the aura panel and what does that mean? And what, yes, of course, there's some real great guidance, and I'd love to jump in and film a couple of these segments where I can show you how my system talks to me about the aura panel. I do the I do the work on clearing the aura in Body Viewer most of the time, because you can just go there, get that aura cleared in the beginning. And that's how I do it, clear the energy field, because we can catch things out in the energy field up to 2 years before they would actually manifest in the physical body. So I think, the whole aura panel is great, but I also like to go over to body, face, and scan sometimes if there's some difficulty that I know I want some more information or be able to do some deeper work, I'll go there. But my point here is it'd be hard to screw up a biofeedback session if you are paying attention, if you care about your client, if you actually really want to have them have great results. That intention between you, the client's intention to be well, and this brilliant system makes a nice triangular energy, the divine Trinity energy. And if you're doing a session and you say, oh, well, Ginger said at this point, you should go load up all this other stuff, but for some reason, I just feel like I should go over to the spinal panel, but that'd be wrong. No, absolutely follow your intuition and your instinct. You are not going to screw it up. Now, if you keep people on the straps too long, you can make them really tired. You can, undo some of your work because more is not better. And we humans tend to think more is better. So, but you still didn't screw it up. If you didn't run the 2 suggested auto therapies, well, you probably made your job a little harder, but you didn't screw it up. You're not taking the results away. You just might have had, a different rectification at the end. So, I'm giving you some permission, some absolution here. Let the system talk to you in the language you understand, and you will see how messages will come through to you of where you should go, what you should work on, and over time, you're going to develop your own little routine on that. Sure, it's great to listen to all the different teachers because there's just so much brilliance out there right now. I mean, I love going on and listening to how different people are running the program, but there's nobody like you for your client. What your client wants is you, and they want to feel better, and they know that you're going to help them feel better on whatever level, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, whatever. And so, my point is you don't need to try to be somebody else. Just be the best version of you. And the reason I'm saying I know this is watching thousands of practitioners and students over time in the classrooms. I would have a physician saying, I don't know about this system, I don't know, I'm not getting that great of results or whatever, but I have my nurses run in and hit this and that and the other panel and, whatever. Or some other people say, well, I just put it all on auto. Okay, well, that may work, that may not, but then I'd have somebody that never even graduated from high school who will have phenomenal results. Why? Because they're loving on their clients, they're paying attention, they're intending, they might have said a prayer before it, and your commitment to help your person is more important, or your client, than all the education could possibly get. I hope that helps. I am intending to record some more of the different panels and how the system talks to each other and things like that. But I really thought that this was probably, since I started posting a couple of videos I've done a while back, I thought this was probably the next thing that I should say to you all, because I don't want to come across as I think I have the right way that you should run the system. No, the way you should run the system is the way you should run the system. I hope that helps. And I should say at this point, if you're seeing this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. I'm supposed to say that, so that in the notifications, so that when I post, you'll know that we posted a new one.